It's another beautiful overcast day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it, and I'm glad that you could join me. Welcome. So, parts came in. Let's get up to the shop and work on Eileen. All right, so here's what I got. I looked everywhere for, the bottom piece for the original oil bath air cleaner, and man, you can find them on eBay and stuff, but it's just ridiculous amount of money for those things. So what I ended up is going with this, which is way cheaper. So this is brand new style Briggs air cleaner, and it came with a little gasket and a piece of 1024 all thread, and then some 1024 nuts. So let's get the air filter or the carburetor off so we can adapt this to work. It's just easier for me to show you, I guess, with the carburetor off of it. So let me go pull the carburetor off, and we'll see how we're going to adapt this to work with ours. All right, so with this filter, you want like the holes to be on the outside edge, right? So it's not getting blocked by your throttle stuff. So anyways, as you can see, that is hitting. So we've got a gap there because it's hitting the adjustment screws. But if we measure the gap, maybe not, it looks like about 3/4 of an inch. And we will have plenty of space where we can even get our fingers up in here to adjust this. So 3/4 of an inch spacer is what we need to make. And I just so happen to have lying around a piece of 1¼ inch PVC that fits right over it. So let's just cut 3/4 of an inch sliver off of here and clean it up. And I think that'll work for our spacer. Oh, and you definitely could do this with the carburetor on the motor if you have something like this you're thinking about. I took it off just for ease of filming and showing you guys. There we go, that easy. Velocity stack check, or adapter, or whatever. You could put a smaller piece in here, I guess, and make it sit in here, but I think I'll just, I'll see how it holds with that all thread. I think it should be fine. So, gaskets, tighten it down, and then we're ready. Let's just go put the carburetor back on and move to the next step. Air cleaner, check. So that is a thing of beauty. I still have to oil the filter or whatever, but as you can see, that's nice, and it ain't going anywhere. So, I don't know, maybe we should paint it white. If nobody says anything in the comments, it's staying black. So now let's take a look at that belt. I don't know, let me get this thing flipped up and see, because I think this entire deck has to come off, so that means I need to unbolt the fenders from it. Yeah, well, let's get it flipped up kind of and see, get a better look at it. All right, Eileen's up on the lift in our nice cement floor shop. Nope, it's it's just balancing on the back end there and dirt floor. But anyways, so the belt is up in here, and if I get a light in here, it looks like there's actually 2 belts. I don't even know. I can't even see it. Maybe there. Anyways, but look at that. Yeah, there's a bunch of mouse houses packed up in there. So I think, looks like we're going to have to take the blade off, and then it looks like there's a couple dozen different bolts, and the whole entire deck comes off, but a few are missing, so that'll make it easier. And well, yeah, so here's a better look at the rear end, and this must be where it goes to. Yeah, so that's the drive for the transmission. But let me see if I can't get all of these bolts off and the blade, and yeah, we'll have a better look then. And the mouse house. So amazingly, every bolt that was in there came off. There's 2 bolts left to come off, and then we will really see what's behind here. But with every bolt that fell out or came out, there is a Feifel nest that keeps falling out more and more and more. So no Feifel yet, but I guess we'll just see what there is. And here we go. Place your guesses. Ooh. All right, let me get you in here. Well, that's not too bad, but I was definitely wrong when I said that this was a Feifel house, because this was a Feifel condominium. Look at that. Whoa. And what is it? Oh, it looks like Feifel had a smoking habit, but he is not in here anymore. So let's get this all cleaned up, and then we can probably look at this better. Oh, there's the... All right, so if I push the clutch... Oh, there you go. So that goes up here to... Oh, that belt driven off the motor. So there's one belt that runs the motor, runs the drive line from the motor, and it looks like we've got 2 belts that run the mower deck. Okay, well, let's get this all cleaned up before we do any more, because this is really gross. All right, we can take a better look at this thing now. So this is super impressive. Like this is built. They built this to last. So that's like 3/8 tube. I mean, that's crazy. So yeah, that's what the spindle is mounted to. But so here's how it works. Here's the lever, right? And it goes over here to the spring, and it goes up here and over. And what it does is when you do engage the mower deck, you can see it's moving over and it tightens it up. So that's pretty neat. I've never seen anything like that before with the dual belts on it. Yeah, and then we kind of looked at the clutch down here, which is right here. So when you know, that's kind of normal, only maybe reverse from a lot of lawnmowers when you push it in. But anyways, that's pretty cool. And then it looks like there's a rod here that it hits to maybe slow it down. But so yeah, looking into this, now that we kind of see how neat it is and how everything works and how overbuilt it is, I mean, way overbuilt. Or maybe this is how everything should be built. That's what I should say. So coming in here, you know, all these pivots all are working fine. They're moving fine. You know, this pulley feels good. This pulley, I can turn it with the spindle head. That looks fine. Everything's kind of moving fine. It looks like there's somebody hit it or something. I don't even know how you would do that. Well, all right. So that's kind of got a nice whack to it, but I mean, everything's spinning fine and freely. Come down here. Yeah, our drive belt is definitely junk. It is, yeah. And I noticed this won't even spin. Like it's seized. So we need to get this belt off to replace it and then see what we can do about this idler, because that would probably cause it to have some drag, it not spinning. And yeah, so it looks like I actually have to remove this to even get to the belt. And then where the spindle goes through, I know you can't see it because I can't even see it, but I can feel the spindle goes actually all the way through and up into here. So that might all have to come off too. I guess first things first, we're going to want to we're going to remove this. The deck tensioner, I guess I would call it. The deck belt tensioner. So yeah, I'm going to remove that and then we'll see where we're at. All right, pretty simple. I think I unbolted here. Well, it was just a cotter pin and a washer, right? For the lever. And then I think it's just this. So I undid the nut that's underneath the motor. Kind of a pain to get to, but anyways, I think it's ready to come off. Oh yeah. Pass the belt. Maybe. Uh-oh, maybe you don't want to come off. There we go. Huh. One whole unit. That's pretty neat. And let's see. Yeah, that feels fine. Bearing feels good. Yeah, I don't see any problems with that. Yeah. All right, let's get you guys in here. So you can see there's the shaft, right? So it goes all the way through, and I think that's a coupler. Yeah, I think that's a coupler. So either I can break it loose from here, or it's threaded on through this side. So we might have to take this apart because either way, these belts aren't coming off. I mean, we could take this whole entire assembly off. We could do everything, and either way, they're not coming out without that removed. So let's see what we can do. Well, that just happened. So It's out. The belt is still not off, but yeah, it's out. So I had to disassemble the entire like adjustment, the deck adjustment, the height adjustment. So we had to tear that completely apart to pull it out. The belts are still stuck on it, but I figure we can bring it into the shop and figure out how it comes apart. But as for, well, let's see if we can't get this thing off. So this has to come off too because, well, it's stuck. So, hey-yo. All right, maybe. Oh, yeah. Let's just see how bad this is. All right, it's off and it is frozen. All right, well, let's get that up onto the workbench and see if we can't get these belts off of it. Okay, so here's what we're dealing with. This is the height adjustment bracket, right? And so how this works, works, is this pin actually goes through here and it pinches down right in between here, like that. And this whole entire shaft can actually move up and down to adjust your blade height, because the blade is back here. So you can actually, that's how you adjust it. You don't adjust the deck, you actually adjust this shaft. So my problem is getting this shaft out or apart to get these off, because this is completely boxed in and there's our belts. So there was a snap ring and a washer on the blade end. I took that apart hoping that that would help, and now as I kind of look in here, I can see it looks like there's another snap ring here. See if I can, yeah, you might not even be able to see it. Anyways, there's a snap ring here and a washer, and then it looks like on this side there's actually a keyway. So I lubed it up and I started hitting it, but I think if we take the dead blow, kind of spin it around, take the dead blow and hit it, we should be able to knock it forward enough, but maybe we'll need to take that snap ring off. I really don't know to be sure. So I'll give it a couple of love taps with the dead blow and we'll see. Yes. All right. So now if I get in here, oh, it looks like that washer and snap ring and everything, I think it's going to go all the way through. Okay, let's see if we can't pull it out. Oh yeah, so there's the snap ring and washer. And, oh yeah. Well, I guess we could have done that on the tractor. We would have just had to hit it up. But I didn't want to risk breaking something. I couldn't really get a good look at anything. Okay, and there we go. Nice. Ugh. Oh, and there's needle bearings in here. Well, that's pretty neat. Okay, let me get this off my hand so I can grab the camera. Yeah, so there's actually 2 rows of needle bearings in there. There's 1 row back there, and I mean, these things, they feel fine. They look brand new. I just maybe clean them up a little bit, but it helps that there's actually like a greaser up here. And here's that shaft. So this is where the washer and the snap ring sat. And there's the keyway, and the pulley is keyed on. So that's pretty neat. I mean, it was kind of difficult. It was, but I mean, that's heavy duty. I'm not gonna complain about that. So yeah, let's go out to the tractor and just kind of see if there's anything else. Well, I mean, everything else underneath here looks fine. Everything's nice and tight. I mean, it's way nicer than probably anything else I own. That's good. I mean, everything feels fine there. You know, now would be a good time to probably clean and degrease the chain. The bearings feel fine in the rear end. So I think all we need is, yeah, an idler pulley and a belt, which I have neither of. So parts run, but you know, till then, don't forget, be blessed. Peace. Doesn't Eileen just look so much better without that mower deck on there? I mean, it's like a go-kart. Without that mower deck on there, it just ground clearance. We're definitely going to have to ride it like that at least once before we put the mower deck on. I mean, that is, yeah, go-kart for kids or the grandkids. Shoot, we could put a trailer on the back, haul wood with it. That thing is just, no, I got it. Wait. Gas-powered mobility scooter. We go drive it around in Walmart. Look, your groceries can even go in the back. I mean, we're geniuses. Be blessed. Peace.